Shalom, all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ruchak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are out there teaching this word. Shalom Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ruchak Wadash. Now, I've got like a few scriptures written down, pretty much, going into, the truth, basically, the one Lord, one faith, and one baptism, which is the truth of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? And continuing on, on the things we've learned, basically, pretty much, what the MOTB is, who the children of Israel are, the destruction of America, what the lake of fire is, all the things that we've been taught, man, all right? Not to take the MOTB, the judgment of those that take the MOTB, which is the things that we teach here at the Great Millstone. All right. And pretty much, we're seeing in these last days, people changing the doctrine, repeating the same things over and like pretty much like, for example, like the virgin birth things coming up again and again. It used to come up years back. It's come up again recently, People can't get over the grape thing. They can't get over the what else do they change? There's loads of doctrines that they come up with, pretty much, that they mentioned years back, and they keep bringing it back up. All right. Some people teach the MOTB, sleeping with Edomite women, which we know is the implantable rice grain that they're going to put in people, pretty much. All right. So anyway, I wanted to just read these scriptures because pretty much we've been taught what the things are. And we got to, Lord willing, us brothers that believe in the faith, stick to what we've been taught, basically, man, because there's demons around, man, trying to sway you off of the path, basically. All right. So this is Ephesians 4:4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. All right. And we here at Great Millstone, we believe we got 100% truth, all right? That's the one body and one spirit. And what's that one spirit? The spirit of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Oh, that's another thing. You got people that teach that the name's not important, that you can call him whatever you want. That's been said, referring to the Lord, all right? That's another spirit, man. That's the spirit of Satan, man. All right, so it says there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, one faith and one baptism, one power and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all, which is the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And we always, here at the Great Millstone, we always proclaim that name, and we also always pretty much, continuously mention it, all right, all the time, because you cannot never say that name enough, all right, because it's important. It's the key to salvation, is to know the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's a massive part, man. You can't just call the Lord anything you want, you can't just change his doctrine as you please. You got to stick to the pathway, man. And guess what? There's people out there that teach wrong doctrines, like the name's not important. But, years back, as we've been taught, they were teaching that name. And there's videos of them actually teaching in the name of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But now they're not. All right? That should tell their followers something, So let me read this here. Okay, because that's pretty much in the truth, man. We're walking on a tightrope, man. And you can, the demons can sway you at any time. Anything can happen in the faith, man. It's a thing of faith, and also, anything can happen, basically, man. 1 minute you're in the teaching in the right spirit. The next minute you're out there, man. You're just teaching all kind of madness. So this is that's why, Lord willing, we stay on, brothers that believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we stay on the right path, man. So this is 2 Ezra 7:6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. All right, this is like going into this truth basically. You know, and this even links up with broad is the gate basically. You know, and narrow is the way through to it pretty much. You know, I believe that's in Gospels. You know, that's just off the top of my mind. I believe that's in the Gospels, right? So it says, the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. All right, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and that's referring to this truth basically. The entrance thereof to this truth is narrow. All right, you got to get it right basically, pretty much. Referring to what we teach, you got to get it right. You got to stick to the doctrines we've been taught, stay on the path, keep the order, you know. And that's part of the journey, man. That's part of the fight, man. All right. And also when things are said, not getting, you know, emotional about it pretty much. Just do what you got to do, man, to survive, man. You got to survive basically in the faith, man. Survive through it, you know? Like even myself recently, you know, speaking for myself, I got to do more. I know I got to do a lot more videos. I got to be more involved, man. There's a lot of things I lack on, man. But the point is staying in it and keep on going, basically. All right. So the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And fire and water can kill you, man. And that's the entrance to basically you want to get to the kingdom of heaven, which is to be delivered in the end and receive the kingdom, which obviously, Lord willing, you got to be of the hopeful elect. But guess what? There's a path you got to walk on to receive it, man, to receive the glory in the end. There's a path to walk. And on that path, on the right hand, like it said, on the right hand, like it was fire on the right hand, and on the left the deep water. So either way, you know, if you fall off, you're in it's death basically. It says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And that's this truth. What did King Solomon say? King Solomon said, out of 1,000 men, he found one righteous. So out of every 1,000 men, he found one that would be righteous. All right. So this is and one path and one only path between them, both even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And that's this truth, all right? Basically, the pathways one man at a time, basically. All right? Yeah, because you know what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, he's looking for quality, not quantity, as they say. Like these other religions, the Christian church and, you know, Catholicism and Islam, Buddhism, they boast in numbers. Look how many Buddhists are in this world. Look at, especially like the Islam, right? They boast in numbers. Look at how many so-called followers we have for whatever mosque it is. They boast in numbers. They're big on that. All right. But the Lord Yahweh Shai, the true truth is not about boasting in numbers. The true truth for the Lord is for a few people, man, basically. That's how you know, weary we have to be on this path, man. It's for the few. Okay, so it says, and one path and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Yeah, so this is says, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. So pretty much we got to walk this tightrope to receive that inheritance, man. All right. And we know that's how we there's a saying, brothers have said, and I've mentioned, beginning with the apostles on down, that you got to be like a cat on a hot tin roof, basically. You're always on the edge. All right. That, you're always on edge, basically, man. And you know what? For the most part, a lot of things that's said, also cut you in this truth, man. Things that will be said from, up top, from the elders on that, apostles and elders on down, also cut you. You should, feel that way when things are said that you're lacking on. That should cut you, man. Should, make you feel, damn, try and get yourself right back on, an appropriate path, man. Doing the right things, doing what you're told, man. So anyway, so it says, if this city were, so pretty much to receive this inheritance, we got to stick to the right doctrine, stay on this path, stick to the right doctrine, and continue on in this faith, continue on in the fight, man. Because what we're seeing now is people are waxing worse and worse, all right, in the world for one, and also within this world of ours in Israel, right? People are waxing worse, demons jumping on them in these last days, teaching wayward things, leading a lot of our people astray. You see? While that's happening, we here in the Great Millstone, we gotta stay on our path, man. Stay on the path to salvation, all right? Stick to the correct doctrine. Okay? So let me read this here. This is Timothy, right? 2 Timothy 3, 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. Okay? It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. All right? For men shall be lovers of their own selves. And that's what you see in this world. Men are lovers of their own selves, all right? And that's another thing too. You see, when we come in this truth, we have to teach this truth for what? What are we doing it for? We're doing it in the end to please the power on high. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're a spectacle for him, and to be delivered in the end. We're not brought in this truth to lord ourselves, all right? Lord the knowledge that we've got, or, how deep we are, or, whatever it is. You're not supposed to do that, man. The followers you got, we're lording over that. We're lording with the followers we have on whatever have you. No, man. We're teaching this to be delivered in the end. Because we're, like the scripture says, we are nothing but worms, man. And also we practice humility. That's part of what we're involved in also, man. But you've seen it now in these last days, men with these lofty titles and, followers and congregations giving them, thousands of pounds and dollars or whatever it is. So it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. And we're seeing that, man. Blasphemers, they're blaspheming the holy scriptures, teaching things that once they taught the correct way, teaching the wrong way now. That's what's happening. That's happening. All right. Disrespecting the people that have taught them. And Lord willing, through the Spirit, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we don't want to be in that spirit, man. Here at the Great Millstone. Brothers we got to walk that path. And Lord, I speak for myself, but also for brothers that, believe in this faith, man. We got to stay on that path, man. Okay? So you don't want to be all these things labeled. You don't want to be like that. Disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. All right? Without natural affection, truce breakers. Yeah. And when we come in this truth, all these things that are lined out, said lined up, yeah, but lined out, right? Truce breakers. So when we've made an oath basically to teach to the end. That's the point. We've made an oath to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We basically signed ourselves in for the fight, basically. Well, the Lord signed you in. He woke you up. But you've made that oath, man. So you're gonna teach till the end. So that's why I said truce breakers. You got people that were once in the right spirit, and now something happened where they got offended. Now F that truth, or F that. I don't want to be in the camp anymore. I don't want, you don't want to be in that spirit, man. Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. All right. Without natural, despisers of those that are good, man. And Lord willing, brothers that teach this word in the right spirit, we're the good, man. And we deal with a lot of, Lord willing, we're doing the good, we're doing the righteous acts that the Lord set us to do, basically. Teach his word, go out there week in, week out, teach his word, do videos. And I'm saying that because I know that's something I lack on also, doing my videos. I got to make sure I'm more on point with that, man. But, where was I here? Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. Yeah. And that's what happens in in the world of Israel also, you know. Despisers of those that are good. You got people that curse you out for teaching this word, you know. That say you're lying. That say you teach this. That say you know coming against you basically. So it says traitors, heady-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Lord. Yeah, and a lot of people that, you know, pretty much, you know, you got camps out there that are doing it for what? Lovers of pleasures. They might be doing it for women, for the money, you know, the pleasure that they're getting from it. Making the Lord's word a merchandise, which we're not meant to do, making money out of it. You see? And then it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And we're not meant, you know, someone telling you that the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, ain't important. You know, oh yeah, another thing that's coming up again, the virgin birth, the holy mother, what they say, the Catholic, the holy mother Mary, you know, that spirit, the woman worship, basically. You got dudes pushing that, all right? Which that ain't even in the scriptures. Holy Mother Mary, all that the Trinity, that ain't in the scriptures, man. The what that's referring to in the scriptures is pretty much the Father and the Son agree in one mind, basically, in one of the doctrine. All right. But you know, that's another thing. The Lord and that's another. So lucky, I'm kind of all over the place. But that's what they say also. They're bringing that back up. The Lord was born. You know, the miracle birth, basically, that Joseph and Mary never consummated the marriage by having sex, basically. That's how Yahushua was born. All right. You see? So it says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Yeah, so you got to turn away from the Christian church, you know, all these false doctrines, man. People that are telling you that the name ain't important, you know. You got to turn away from them. People that are telling you that the MOTB ain't the mark, you got to turn away from them. All right? From such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Yeah, notice how it said lead captive silly women, all right? And then it says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Yeah, because all this stuff that they spew, guess what, man? They got all that information that they're spewing, but that ain't of the truth, man. All right? Now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, meaning Jannes and Jambres, they withstood Moses, meaning they were basically going off pretty much. You know, they weren't trying to obey what Moses was saying through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. Yeah, so if you were teaching once that the name of the Lord is Yahweh Shai, and now you say it doesn't matter and you mock it, constantly mocking the name, that's a reprobate spirit, man. All right, concerning the faith. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. And that's what's basically happening now, man. That pretty much it's getting down to the wire, basically now, as to who are the true men that have been teaching this word, man, in sincerity. And we here at the Great Millstone believe that it's us, man, beginning with our main apostles and teachers on down, man, apostles, elders on down, man, onto the fruit, you know. We believe that it's us teaching this word. We proclaiming in the name of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, teaching about the chariots, teaching about the destruction of America, teaching our people, listen, this isn't our rest. A lot of these other camps, right, they pretty much teach our people to be asleep in America, man. That you can build in America. They ain't proclaiming this place is about to get destroyed, telling them about the danger to come. You see? So it says, but they shall proceed no further. Yeah, because they're gonna at the end, the truth is gonna stand, and we're gonna find out who's been teaching the truth in the end. That's it. In the end, everything's gonna come to light, man. But they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was. But thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, and patience. All right? Persecutions, affliction, which came unto me at Antioch, at Lyconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. Yea, and all that will live godly in Yahweh shall suffer persecution. So we know that pretty much everything that we're going through is the suffering, that we go through is for the sake of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, and pretty much. All right, but we've got to keep on the path, man. All right, and not be swayed by these evil dudes, man, spewing madness, spewing their doctrines or whatever it is. Don't sway from the path of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the right way that we've learned. All right, don't sway from that, man. And do everything you can pretty much to keep fighting and being in the right spirit. But we know it's all ultimately down to if you're of the elect anyway, And that's another thing we teach, the elect. The main camp that teaches of the elect, really the only camp that teaches of the elect, is the great millstone. Because the scriptures say it, that the Lord has an elect, all right, on the earth. You see? But anyway, with that was the point, I just wanted to say, sticking on to the right doctrine, basically, But anyway, with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles and Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rachak, Wadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect Akim that are teaching this word. Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hasham, Rachak, Wadash. Shalom.